How you doing, everybody? This chair needs oil. Anyway, just wanted to make a quick update video to let you guys know where exactly we're going with our future schedule and how the games are going to be played from here on out. And why are you staring at me like that? Oh, this, yeah. I messed up while I was shaving yesterday and trimmed a little bit too much of the mustache off, so I had basically a choice. I either had to look like Austin or I had to look like Adolf, and I think the choice here is pretty obvious. I hope. Please stop looking at me like that, it's embarrassing. Actually, this is the first update video I've done without a mustache. It's kind of weird, huh? I would think that it would have happened previous to this, but I suppose in 4 years I haven't cut it too short. It's kind of crazy when you think about it. Regardless, this update video is just going to be about the games that I've played so far in the past few months and the games that I am planning on playing in the future here. Now, as some of you may know, if you've been on the channel for a while, you may know that I have played some games and I have scrapped the playthroughs of them because I lost interest in the game, or at the end of some of my walkthroughs I've promised that I would play some games as sequels of the games that I've played, but I haven't actually played them yet for my channel. Now I have a list here of the games that I have because I can't remember them all off the top of my head. So let's see, we've got Secret of Mana, Sonic Colors, which I'm still up in the air about that one because I don't actually really like Sonic Colors all that much, but I did promise it, so I don't know. Kingdom Hearts, I did stream that a while ago, but I want to actually play the final mix of it now that I own the final mix. Sonic Adventure 2, Final Fantasy V, Final Fantasy VII. I don't know if I'm going to do that one as a challenge run or if I'm just going to play it normally. We'll see once we get to it. Outland, and because some people have been asking for it, Metal Gear Rising. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be doing that as an actual playthrough. It's a distinct possibility that I could do it as a playthrough because I did start a playthrough of it with a challenge run of it and then stopped when I was doing the mixes. But technically the mixes were going to kind of count towards my playthrough, quote-unquote, of the game. So I don't know if I'm going to do footage of that yet or not. It's on the list, but it's still a possibility. And then there's also Pokemon Volt White, which is half done, roughly, and is sitting on my channel because I kind of lost interest in that whole thing, and I'll explain that in a second. And there's one other game that I have on this list. It's a multiplayer playthrough, and that one is going to actually start tomorrow. Now that one's a little bit special because it's actually a game that, because of the nature of how it's played, it's slightly, it might get stale towards the middle to the end of the run because it's a lot of revisiting dungeons and a lot of redoing what you've already done, essentially, with some slightly different things. It's not different enough to where it actually may be entertaining to watch again a second time through after you just recently watched it the first time through. Now, if you know what the game is, please don't spoil it in the comment section of this until tomorrow. I would prefer to keep it relatively secret, although it might not be a secret at this point. I don't know. It depends on what the people in the audience are thinking, and I don't know what you're thinking because I'm looking at you, but I'm not looking at you through face-to-face contact. I'm looking at you through a computer screen, so I can't really read you. But yeah, so that playthrough is going to start going up tomorrow. Now, the plan for that one is that I lost interest in Volt White a little while ago because I started to do the grinding for it, and I realized very quickly that it is going to take a really long time to do all the grinding for it. So I started grinding and taking care of all of the leveling up that I need to do, and then I started to realize, if I'm going to have to do 8 hours of grinding after every important battle in the game because I'm going to lose somebody, that's not fun for me. And I mean, I started the Chrome Lock challenge run because I figured it'd be something fun. It would give me a little bit of a challenge to a Pokemon game that I've never really... I mean, I've played the original version before, but I haven't played the modded version before, so I figured I'd give myself a little bit of a challenge to make it more interesting. Unfortunately, that appears to be biting me in the ass now because Drano made the later game very difficult for Nuzlocke-esque challenges, and it goes from being a fun little challenge to me having to devote 8 hours of time not recording videos, not uploading them to YouTube, but sitting here by myself, doing nothing but sitting on this computer and killing wild Pokemon for hours and hours on end just to keep my team ready for the next battle where half of them are going to die again. Like, that's just, it doesn't turn into fun for me. It turns into boring and tedious. It's a chore, essentially, and I don't want my playthroughs to turn into a chore. That's like one of the biggest things that I don't want. So what I basically said is, if I bring the Chrome Lock back, there's going to be two things about it. One, it's not going to be the Chrome Lock, it's just going to be Pokemon Volt White, because I don't feel like doing 8 hours of grinding after every gym battle just to finish the game, because I do want to finish it. I don't want to have to leave it up in the air because the Chrome Lock ends because everybody dies. I have a plan for it, and the character that I've written for it has kind of developed in such a way that I want to finish off his story so that if I ever do Volt White 2, we have some conclusion there. Oh, and the second thing, because I forgot it for a second there, is that I wanted to start it back up during a break between one of my other playthroughs. And the fact that the current playthrough, well, the one that's going up tomorrow, is probably going to be more entertaining for myself and for other people to watch if it's split up in two. It kind of gives me a convenient little window. Excuse me. It gives me a convenient little window where I can put up the rest of the Volt White playthrough. Finish it off, get it all done and out of the way, and then later on I can do Volt White 2. I'm not going to do it immediately because I'm sure by the time I get done with that I'm going to be Pokemon'd out. I'm already playing Black 2 on the side when I get a little bit of time, which I don't have a lot of, but I'm playing it on the side to kind of give myself a feel for it. And I really like it, but I don't know if I could play it all the way through it and then play Volt White 1 and then play Volt White 2 immediately after it. That just doesn't sound like a good idea to me. I'll probably not want to play Pokemon for years after that. So basically what I'm saying is that the next multiplayer playthrough will be cut into 2 parts. And in between those 2 parts, there will be some dead air because what I've actually decided to do is I've actually decided to record the rest of Volt White, not now while this next multiplayer playthrough is going up, but as soon as that hits the halfway point, I will start recording Volt White again. Now, I found that that's actually been a little bit easier on me in terms of getting content up, is that when I'm not worried about both recording the entire video for an hour or 2 and being entertaining, and then editing it, rendering it, putting all the finishing touches on it, uploading it, and then having to leave the computer for 3.5 hours at a time while it uploads, that takes a toll. And I feel like if I do one or the other, if I'm recording first and I'm only worried about that for a period of time, and then once the recording is done, I then start editing and rendering and uploading the stuff in sequence, I feel like it's much easier for me to get the videos uploaded to YouTube. That's basically what I did with the Champions videos, and that actually got done without any interruption from video. I think it was video number 10 was the first one I started uploading again. Like I stopped it back in, what, February? Sorry, it's early in the morning. Shouldn't be doing this now, but I don't have much time otherwise. But yeah, I stopped uploading it a while ago, and then I just restarted uploading it again, and I could upload it every single day of the week without any interruptions because I wasn't concentrating on editing and rendering and uploading that while also recording something else. I was fully focused in terms of the YouTube channel on just getting those videos out, and that helped me to be consistent with it. And if you've been on the channel for a while, you know that consistency is not exactly the strongest thing that I do, because sometimes I'll upload a lot and then all of a sudden I'll take a break for quite a period of time, and then I'll start again, and then I'll take another break, and I don't like that, and I have never liked that, and I'm sorry that I've had to do that in the past because it's not something that I want to do. I want to be consistent. I want to put videos out on a regular clip for you guys because I don't know, it's fun for me, and I feel like it's fun for the people who watch as well. I kind of hope that's how it is. But basically what this will mean if I'm just recording and then only recording until it's done, and then I start editing and rendering and uploading it once it's all done, it'll mean 2 things. First of all, it'll mean that if you guys have comments on what I can and can't do, or should and shouldn't do in the game. It'll have to come before the game actually starts getting uploaded, which means I'll probably have to be a little bit more transparent about what my next playthroughs are going to be, in order to allow you to say, oh, I know that game, you need to do this here, and this here, and this here, and then I'll be like, okay, I'll show that stuff off. So that's the first thing. And the second thing is that basically it will mean there's some dead time between playthroughs, where I'll go 2-3 weeks to a month at a time, depending on how long the game is and how much time I have to record it, where there will just be nothing on the channel. Like I won't be able to upload anything because I'll be too busy with that stuff. Now with that being said, I feel like I will probably still post some videos in that dead air time, like the Showdown videos, Pokemon Showdown videos. Now I basically lost interest in that whole thing for a few months there. I was more interested in playing Volt White, and then once I lost interest in that, I kind of wasn't interested in playing Pokemon again. But I've started to get a little bit into it again. I probably won't be doing it very often. Like, I'll only really do it when I feel like, oh, you know what, let's just throw some crazy shit together, and then I'll just see how it does on the thing. But I don't think I'll be doing it super often, because doing it every single day during the dead time, it basically takes away from my ability to record the other thing, because then I'm so busy recording this thing that I can't record the other thing, you know. So it's going to be a bit of a balance. I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to, like, when I feel like playing it and then I've gotten my recording done for the other one, I'll just play this for a little while. And then the other thing I could do is that I actually have a disc of FL Studio now. I've received it from a friend, and I think it's in my shoebox over there. I actually have to find it because I've had it for a couple of weeks and I put it away somewhere and I've forgotten where I put it away to. But once I find it, I will be installing it and kind of just dicking around on it, figuring out how it all works and getting used to it. But I've also said previously at the end of the Metal Gear Rising music mixes that I want to make more music for my channel. So in the dead time, I'm thinking maybe if I edit anything, other than like the Showdown videos, I'll edit together some sort of a song. Maybe I'll tweak it, maybe I'll, you know, do a little bit of it during that time, and then whenever it's done, I'll post that to YouTube, so that'll give you guys something to look forward to during the dead time as well. So it'll never be 100% dead on the channel, because even if there's no videos going up, I'll be on, you know, I'll be on Twitter, I'll be asking people, hey, you know, this is the next playthrough, can you think of anything that you want me to do during that playthrough that you might want to see shown off? Or can you think of anything that you don't want me to do, like derp around in an area, walking around trying to figure out where I'm going for 45 minutes because I never played the game before, or I've forgotten how to play it, and so then I mean, you know me, I'll cut that stuff out, but it's just, it might be annoying to watch it for a few minutes for people, and I don't want to annoy anybody, you know. So basically, this video is a whole crap ton of excuses all rolled up and then thrown at you just all at once, and I'm really sorry. I know this was a lot to take in, and I know that I'm just making excuses, but I want to form a plan, and I've always wanted to form a plan in the past, and it's never worked out. So now that it actually worked out for me with the Champions playthrough, I want to keep it going, you know. I want to keep doing this sort of stuff, and there was a little bit of dead time just in between the Champions playthrough and this next playthrough, just because I wanted to get ahead of schedule in terms of uploading it, because the first half of this next multiplayer playthrough is all on my hard drive right now. I've got it all saved, it's all taken care of. The only thing about it, and this is great because we've tried to record it 3 times before this and there's always been something wrong. There's always something wrong with this playthrough, and in this case, it is that basically from a certain point on in the recording, for some weird reason, the game switches from widescreen mode, which we have a widescreen TV, so I don't know why it switched from widescreen mode to standard screen mode. So there may be a bit of stretching on the video. I don't know why it happened. I don't know how it happened. We didn't adjust any settings. It just decided to switch on its own at some point, and I'm kind of hoping we can switch it back, but I have no idea how to switch it back. So if you see any stretching on the video, I think it might start at by the end of next week or something like that. It depends on how long the recordings are. I'm thinking it'll be, this first half will be about 25 videos, so probably within the next week you'll start seeing the videos looking stretched, because I had to stretch them out in order to fit them into the widescreen without there being black bars on the side. But yeah, there's always something wrong with that playthrough, and I'm sorry about that. Like, I want to get it done, and it's already recorded, and I don't feel like going back and starting it all over again and waiting another month to upload it just because it's gone from widescreen to standard screen. Like, I can fix that. It's not going to look as good, but I can fix that. And before, when we've recorded it, it's been like freezes with the Hopage, or freezes with Audacity, or problems with things that I can't fix. In this case, I can fix them, so I want to actually take the opportunity to get this uploaded before it's too late and before I have to just start it over again in a year because I decided to stop playing it again. It's not my idea of a good time, so I'm just going to try to get it uploaded as best as I can, and we will see how it goes from there. But yeah, that's it. Just wanted to let you guys know how scheduling is going to go here. New playthrough starts tomorrow. Once that's halfway over, I'm going to cut it off. There will probably be like 2 or 3 weeks there where there's nothing being uploaded because I have to finish recording Volt White. I'll finish recording that, start editing and rendering it, and I'll start uploading that. Once that's finished, the second half of the multiplayer playthrough will go up. And then from there, who knows? It might be a game off of the list here. It might be something completely new. I'm not 100% sure on it yet. Well, I'm 99.9% sure on what I'm going to do yet, but I'm not about to tell you guys what it is. If you want to know what it is, you're going to have to do a little bit more digging than that, unless you were on the video where I actually said, hey, this is what I'm thinking about doing once I'm done with my next 2 playthroughs. If you found that, then congratulations, you did some good investigative work. You should go do private investigation for I don't friggin'... That's it. I'm done. Goodbye, guys. Take care. Thanks for watching. You know, all of that stuff that people say at the end of these videos.